Alright folks, welcome back to another game of Sudoku. We have a hard puzzle today. So we should be able to get it with down to the little crisscross pattern and then the confusing pattern that I don't know how to resolve at the end. So, let's get started. I am looking for patterns to get started, and I see this cool 5 and 6 pattern, which is nice. A 5 across the top, 5 across the bottom, 5 down the left side. We have a 6 across the top, 6 across the middle, so any one of these could be a 6. That's okay. We'll leave them there for just a moment. Let's see what other patterns we have. We have a 1 and a 1, so we know that one of these is a 1. We have some 3Z patterns, 3 across the middle, 3 across the bottom. So we have a 3 here, we have a 1 across the bottom and a 1 across the right. So we know those are a 1. Let's see what else we have. We have a 9 across the right and a 9 across the top, which means that one of these two is going to be our 9. 9 down the right, ghost row down the center. So we know that one of these are going to be our 9. We have a 5 through the center, 5 through the left, and 5 through the middle. So we know one of these guys is going to be a 5. Let's see here, we have a 6 pattern here, 6 through the center, 6 through the right. So we know 6 has to be over here to the left. Okay. We do have a 6 across the bottom, a 6 across the left side, so we know that 6 has to be one of these two. Okay, we have a 2 down the center, 2 down the right, and a 2 across the bottom. So one of those two have to be a 2. 3 down the left, 3 down the center. So we have to have a 3 over here somewhere. Okay. We have this cool little H pattern where we have a 4 and we have a 5 and we have a 2 and this 8 and 9 going through the middle. There's all kinds of cool little, got a 1, some patterns on this H where these lines are being eliminated. It's got a lot of cool things going on in here. I'm curious how that all pans out. Let's see what else we have. Alright, so we've got a 1, 1, 1. What about a 1 up here, 1 up here? Ching ching stuff, 3 choices. Still have lots of choices here. Still have 4 choices. Okay, so that's our 1s. 2, 2, 2. 2, 2. Okay, we just have 2 spots here. Let's see, and that's all of our eliminated 2s. Got our 3s. 3s. Anything else to help us with the 3s? Not yet. Let's see, 4s. We just have 2 4s here. So any of these 3 could be a 4. Choink choink. Any of these 3 could be a 4. Okay, that's all the help on the 4s. Okay, 5s. We've got a 5 in the left, a 5 in the center, and we have a 5 in the top. So this one has to be a 5. So now we know that one of these 2 is a 5. We do have a 5 that goes through the middle and through the center. So we know a 5 has to be here or here. We've got a ghost row and then some 5s. So all of our 5s are marked out. That's good. Alright, we've got our 6s here in the center. We've got a 6 here, 6 here. Okay, I don't see any other helpful ones, any of these 3. Let's look at these 7s. This 7 eliminates these 2, which also does this 3. Okay, so now these 2 are double locked. These lines are really useful If you've got numbers that cut across them, like this 6 and like if this 4, if there was a way to eliminate this from the 4, these two could be double locked with 4s and 6s. So now that we have these double locked with 1s and 3s and 7s, if I can get my numbers right, that now tells me that a 1 has to go here or here, because it can't go here. So we got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a 6, and that can go anywhere. 7, 8, and then our 9. So our 9 can go here. And then let me go ahead and put my 6s in so I just don't forget them. So we have a 1, 6, and a 9. Now this 6 says can't have a 6 here. So this is actually the only spot left for our 6. We now have a 6 in the left and the center, so it could be any one of these three. Okay, and then so now we've got some numbers going across this way that can help us out. We've got a 1, we need a 2, and a 2 cannot go here, but a 2 could go here or here. 3, we need a 4, and a 4 can't go here, so a 4 could go here or here. 5, 6, 7, and we need an 8. Now it looks like our 8 could go any three of those spots. I'm just going to go ahead and mark that so that we know that that row is done. Okay. Okay, so that is handy. Those will cascade and help solve some bigger solutions here. Okay. Alright, so I was looking for 7s. I got sidetracked there. What I was even doing. Okay, so we have a 7 across here, 7 through the center. So there's only 2 spots left for the 7. 7, so any of these could be a 7. Lots of choices for the 7s. Okay, so now let's look for the 8s, shall we? Let's look for some 8s. So we do have an 8 here that comes down and there, but we still have 3 choices. We have an 8 that comes across and then up, so we only have 2 spots. Okay, so these 3, this has not happened in a long time, and I've been waiting for this. This is a triple elimination. I haven't seen this in a long time, but I knew it was going to show up eventually. You see how our 1 can only be in these 2 spots, our 3 can only be in these 2 spots, and our 8 can only be in these 2 spots, 1, 3, and 8. So just like we had a double elimination out here with this 3 and 7, we now have done that with 3 numbers. Very, very, very rare. I haven't seen this in years. So that tells me now that these cells are locked. They cannot be anything else other than a 1, 3, and an 8 because they all overlap each other. So the other numbers that we're missing, they are now resolved. So we need a 4 and a 7 in this cube. Well, they cannot be here. So now we have a double lock of a 4 and a 7 right here. So the only number now that we're missing looks like a 6 and a 6. That's the only spot that a 6 can go. The other thing you can do is you can do a crisscross on the count on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that also just confirms what we're working with there with the double elimination. Triple elimination, that is awesome. I have been looking for a triple elimination just to have one, just for fun, for a long time, and there it is, folks. Triple elimination. Love it. Okay, so now this can't be our 6, so this now has to be our 9. So now I take out my 9 here. Jinka, jinka, jink. We don't need that 9 anymore. All right, so now we have a 1 and a 6. That cleans that up nicely, but still doesn't tell us what the solution is, but that's okay. Normally with these harder puzzles, that's what they do for us. So we have a 3 and an 8 up here, so we can put down our 3 and an 8 down here. All right, that was fun. That was fun. I've been looking for that. Okay, so we were looking at 8s. I don't have any other helpful on my 8s. Let's look for some 9s. We've got a 9, a 9, a 9. Okay, so we do have a 9 across the top, a 9 through the middle, so we know. Okay, so now these folks are double locked. 5s and 9s. 5s and 9s. They cannot be anything else. What that does tell me about this row is I do need a 3, and I can't have a 3 anywhere here. These two are double locked, so that can't be a 3. So that tells me this is actually the only spot in this row that can actually be a 3. That turns this feller into a 7, and that helps us out. So now that we have this 5 and 9, we know this 8 is locked up here. 5 and 9, 7 and a 6, very good. So now we can actually sort through these numbers here pretty decently. Let's see what else we have here really quick. A 5 and a 9. So that tells us we know that these three numbers are. We need a 1. Okay. Can't be here. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we need a 7. That could be any one of these. So let's mark them. 7, 7, 7. We need an 8, and that cannot be the left column because we already have an 8 there. So 8 goes here, and then we've got a 9. Okay. So that is fully marked out, which that also tells me this can no longer be an 8. Okay, because one of these has to be an 8 for this column. So we have a 2 and a 4 here, and that tells us that here is a 2 and a 4 as well. Okay, so these are double locked. These are triple locked. Not as pretty as this triple lock, but I still like it. Still like it. It's all good. Those are locked. That's what they have to be. Now, that also then tells us the three numbers that we're missing here. Well, this could be a 2 and a 4, so that could also ding us up. Okay, so we need a 1. All right. It can't be here, and it can't be here. So we've got a 1 here or here. We need a 2, and it can't be here, but it could be here. But it also could be here or here. We need a 3. Cannot be here, cannot be here. But it could be here or here. We need a 4. Could be here. Can't be here because of this 4. But it could be here or here. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so now this is fully marked out. Fully marked out. We like it. That are helpful numbers. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I want to go down here maybe. 1, 2. A 3 can be any one of these 3. 4, nope. 5, 6, okay. Now the 6 has to be one of these two because we've got a top and a bottom and a right. We've got a 7. Okay, so we have the 8 coming down on the left side. 8 can be any one of these 3. A 9 can be any one of these 3. Okay. I was hoping for a little bit more help there. Let's keep a looking. Let's see what we got. We just put in some numbers. 3s. Okay, we did put in a 6 here, so we have a 6 on the left, 6 in the center, 6 on the bottom. So we have to have a 6 over here. Let's see, what else did we put in? We've got a 5 and a 6. Got a 3. All right. All right, so let's go back, shall we, to the 1s, maybe? The center ones, we got a 1, a 1, and a 1. Got that. Okay, a 1, a 1, and a 1. Okay, we've got our 1 over here to the left. Got our 1 here. 1 comes down and 1 comes up, so any one of these 3 could be a 1. Should we just mark them? Let's just mark them just for giggles. All right, 2s. We've got our 2, 2, 2. We've got a 2 comes up. So any one of these 3 could be a 2. Any one of these 2 could be a 2. Okay, these 2 could be a 2. This cuts across. We have lots of choices for 2s. I'm just going to start marking them. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, we've got a 2 and a 4 double locked over here. We have our 2 over here. Now 2 comes across here. Now 2 can be anywhere. 2, 2, 2, and a 2. Alright, so all the 2s are marked. Alright, let's take a gander at the 3's. 3's marked up here, 3, 3. 3's marked in the middle, 3. Okay, so this 3 comes down, and I think we said this 3 or this 3. Okay, top or bottom over here on the 3. Okay, so there's a crisscross elimination here. So there's a top and a bottom, there's a top and a bottom. So that means here in the center, no matter if this top one is a 3, that makes this bottom one a 3, or if this bottom one's a 3, this top one's a 3. So no 3 across the top, no 3 across the bottom. So then our 3 has to go here or here to match with this 3 there. Okay, so that's all of our 3's are now marked. Okay, 4's. We've got 4, 4. Oh, there we go. I didn't even notice that one. We've got a ghost row 4 here. So we have a 4 that has to go here or here. Okay, we've got a 4 here. We've got a 4 here. We've got a 4 here. 4 comes down. 4 can be anywhere. Let's mark it. Let's just mark it. I don't enjoy marking so much, but I'm going to have to do it. My brain is bewildered a smidge. Alright, so then this one, I think everywhere can be a 4. Yep, because I don't have anything here that can eliminate them. So we'll just put 4 everywhere. It's very popular towards the bottom. Okay, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and we've got the 5 here. Okay, so we have a 5 marked here and here, 5 marked here and here, 5. So all of our 5's are marked out. Let's check our 6's here. We've got a 6, we've got a 6, we've got a 6, 6, and 6, and 6, and 6, and... Alright, so all of our 6's are marked. Let's look for our 7's. Ooh, hey, look at that, 7 right there. See, I totally missed it. Okay, so that means this one has to be a 7, which means this one has to be a 4. Now I need to clean up my 4's. 4 and a 4. Clean up those pencil marks there. Now we haven't finished marking them, so I can't automatically grab this guy and go with it because we're not ready just for it just yet. You know what I do notice though too, this 3 is going to help us with this trifecta, because look at this 3 right here. Can't have a 3 here anymore, so our 3 has to go here, which means this one has to be our 8, which means this one has to be our 1. That now comes down and helps us with this 6, and this one, there we go. Now we have one of these two have to be our 6's, which now has to be this one. Okay, and now we can't have a 3 there, so this makes this one our 8, which means this is the only spot left for our 3. Okay, and then I'll clean up my 6 here. And then the other number that we're missing is a 9. We need a 2, a 4, and a 9. Okay, and this one can't be the 2. Alright, that was handy dandy. Now I'm going to need to go through and update. We just did a lot of numbers in there, and I may have missed some that we need to just double check real quick. Okay, and that's the good thing with those pencil marks. If you get too many pencil marks, it can get confusing fast. So you do want to pay attention to them, and then you want to go back and double check them, just like that. I missed that numbers. I'm filling out this whole board, and I didn't need to just yet, and that's okay. That's okay. Let's see what we got. I'm going to look at this spot right here, because I have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8. So the only number that this can be using the rows, the columns, and the cubes is a 9. That's the only spot. Now over here we only had 2 spots for the 9, which also if you look in this row, this is the only spot left for the 9 as well. See, I have so many pencil marks over here, I'm going to get myself confused. So got to be real careful with overdoing the pencil marks. Alright, so we've got the 9s, and we have a 2 and a 5 and a 2 and a 5, and that's great. That locks that in goodly. Goodly. Now I'm looking at this 1 here. Now I have 3 spots that could be a 1 because I have a 1 here, but can't be across the top anymore. So now this is the only spot left to be a 1. Now this is the only spot that could be a 4. So we're going to clean that up a little bit. And now this is the only spot left that could be a 6. So we're going to clean that up just a little bit. And now this is the only spot that could be a 5 because we have a 5 in the center and the left. So there's our 5 and there's our 2. Okay. Now I'm looking in here, I've got 3 spots that could be a 2. Well, now with this 2, these 2 can't be 2. So here's the only one left that can be a 2. And now this is the only spot left that could be a 1. Okay, and now down here, this is the only spot left to be a 1. Just kind of cascading, following through on the numbers. Let's see here. Now these 2 are double locked as 2s and 4s. We've got a 2, so now there's our 4, and there's our 2. Okay, we've got a 1 here, so I'm just going to clean up my pencil mark there. Now these 2 are now locked as 7s and 8s. They cannot be 1s, which means no matter which one's a 7, the other one's an 8. Whichever one's an 8, the other one's a 7, which means this can only now be a 1. Okay, now that helps us with this 1, and sorry. Yeah, nope, I did something wrong, and that's okay. Let me back up there just a moment here. I had a 1 and a 2. Yeah, no, we already got the 1. Okay, so what are we missing? A 2 and a 7. Alright, see, I'm getting my pencil marks confused here. Let me update these numbers here. 2 and a 7, 2 and a 7. Okay, no more 2 here. Let me clean that one up. Okay, and then this is the only spot left for a 5. Can't have a 5 in the center, the middle, or the bottom. So this is the only spot left for a 5. Okay, this is the only spot left for a 6. Just cleaning up my pencil marks. Now this 5 helps me with this locked 5 and 9. That now has to be 9. This one now has to be 5. Okay. Now this row here only needs a 3. Okay, now this is the only spot left for a 4, and this is the only spot left for an 8. Okay, so we have to be a little cautious here. In this column, we've got a 7 here. Okay, and now the only number we're missing here, see, this can't be a 3 or a 4. So this must have been a higher number I hadn't got to just yet, which looks like an 8. Very good. So now we have... Okay, this is not a 1 or a 7. Okay, this one here, the only spot left, that to be a 7. This one here is the only spot left to be a 8. Very good. So let me clean this up. So I have a 4 that comes down. This is the only spot left for a 4. So the 2 numbers that I'm missing looks like a 3 and a 9. Okay, and that can be any spot. So let me update my pencil marks. 3 and a 9, 3 and a 9. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. I need to do a little bit of cleanup over here because I've got a lot of numbers that, let's see, we can't have a 2 over here on the right anymore. Let me clean that up. So we need a 3, a 4, and a 7 and an 8. Can't be a 4 anymore. Let me get rid of the 4. See, this is where I've got to be really careful with my pencil marks. See, here's a 7 and an 8. Okay. So that means this one could be an 8 and this one could be a 7. Okay, now that column is corrected. 1. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, so we have a 4 in the right, 4 in the left, 4 in the middle. So this is actually the only spot left that could be a 4. So now let me clean this 4 up. Because the 9 over here can be any one of these 3 still. We've got to be careful with that one. Okay, now I need a 3, but the 3 cannot be here. So that tells me this has to be our 3. Which means this one can't be the 6 or the 7. This one has to be an 8. It's the only spot left for it. Which means this one is our 7, which means this one is our 8. I did not do a very good job of keeping my pencil marks up, folks, and I apologize for that. My pencil marks are really getting myself... I have to be really careful when I start putting these numbers in. See, I've got a 4 already, and I've got a 2, so that makes this a 9, and then I need a 7. So see, I can't have a 7 here. So there's our 7, there's our 9, The only number left here in this row is a 2. Okay, so we've got a 3 here, so that has to go here. There's our 9, which means there's our, not an 8, that's a 9, folks, and there's our 4. So I apologize for my pencil marks. Right there is proof that pencil marks can hang you up, especially if you don't keep it neat. And that was not neat, that was totally messy. Thanks for watching, guys. I always recommend, if you want, pause it at the beginning, print it off, play with, and see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave comments, suggestions, or challenges. I enjoy them all. And have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.